All right, so there I am. Okay, so I am a presentation coach. My name is Sylvie Verleijen. I'm from Belgium. And I've been coaching people for the past 16 years now how to do presentations. And what tends to happen is that people make over and over again the same mistakes. Let's begin with actually the beginning of a presentation, because that's very often where things already go wrong, because people don't really think about what to say as a first sentence, how to start a presentation. What usually happens is that people just make PowerPoint, they make their slides, they think about what am I going to say showing each slide, but they don't really think about their first sentence. So usually what happens then is that they use this cliche sentence. A cliche being something like, today I'm going to talk to you about. You could say, okay, so what's wrong with that? Well, the main problem is that, first of all, you're answering the wrong question, because you're answering the what question. What are you going to do? I'm going to talk to you today about storytelling. Well, you know what? Most people know what you're going to talk about. They either had a program, or they just know what the agenda is, or you have been introduced, so they know what you're going to talk about. Another problem is that with this sentence, you could even show how insecure you feel. And you can feel insecure, but your audience just wants you to do a good job. And if you say something like, today I will try to explain to you a little bit, this is really insecure vocabulary, but it's just answering the wrong question. It's answering the what question, and it is not the what it is all about, it is the why. Why are you there? And even more important, why is your audience there? What's in it for them? The very first book I read on presentation skills years ago was a book on Jerry Weissman. The Art to Tell Your Story, Presenting to Win was the book. And throughout the book, it was constantly about what's in it for them. What's in it for them? What's in it for the audience? And you have to make that clear to the audience from the very beginning. So what do you need to do? You need to create a context to start your story. And the easiest way to do that, to show them why you are there, is to actually share a story with them. Just say from the very beginning something like, 3 days ago, and tell them something that happened, a conversation you had with a colleague, but it has to be linked to your objective. It can be something like 2 years ago. It can be something like, yesterday, I had a meeting with a customer, and tell them about what happened. 4 years ago, it can be whatever, as long as you can link it to your topic, to your objective. Just this week, the beginning of the week, I have 3 boys. And the 10-year-old, he has to do kind of a presentation in a classroom. It is a presentation. And he said, I'm going to talk about cyclism, because he's really into cycling. Not on the road, but here in Belgium, it's really into cycling in the mud. I really don't understand what the fun is, but he's really into it. And he has already created a kind of a PowerPoint. He knows what I'm doing professionally. So I said, Mom, can you have a look at it and see if I'm doing okay? So I had a look at it. And I said, so looking at the first slide, what are you going to say? He said, well, I'm going to say, well, today I'm going to talk to you about cyclism. And I thought, okay. So I just asked him, I said, so why cyclism? Why have you chosen this topic? He says, well, I'm just crazy about it. And I said, yeah, I know. But I said, where did it start? When did it start for you, that passion for cyclism? He said, well, you remember, he said, about a year ago, I just went to the Belgian Championship together with Dad and together with my uncle. And I said, okay, so that's the start of your presentation. So instead of starting with, today I'm going to talk to you about cyclism, you could say something like, well, just about a year ago, together with my dad and with my uncle, I went to the Belgian Championship of Cyclism, and this was so fun for me. That's where I really felt the passion for cyclism. Why do I tell you this? Because that's exactly what my presentation is going to be about. And now his thread is going to be about the guys that he really admires. So my main message that I have for you for this section is, next time you have to do a presentation, just think of your objective. That's where it begins with. But what story can you share with them, linking it to your objective? Can you start with a time frame? Because that's the easiest thing, starting with yesterday, last week, a month ago, 2 years ago. It can be whatever, professional story, link it to your objective, and you'll do just fine. Just enjoy your presentation. So, bye-bye. See you next time.